The Achebe Colloquium 2014 is running from May the 1st to the 3rd. The program, themed African Literature as Restoration, Achebe as Teacher, is being hosted by Brown University in Providence, Rhode Island. Many delegates from around the world, a lot of them from Nigeria, took part in the program. SaharaTV sought their responses to the mystery surrounding the 234 abducted girls from a school in Chibok, northern eastern region of Nigeria. These were some of their mixed reactions and sentiments.
I'm very angry because we are not doing enough. No, I'm not blaming I'm not blaming the government as such. But this is the time that the First Lady, with all due respect,
yes,
National Council of Women's Societies, with all due respect, and all the various NGOs should come together, bond, and lend their voice to this outrage. I think this is about the zenith of the great, great absurdity that Boko Haram is bringing to Nigeria. I'm very angry and I'm very shocked.
Well, I think that what they want is to spread a culture of fear, and that appears to be succeeding.
My concern is that there are people who tend to consider it more important to condemn government than to condemn the acts.
Right now, I'm just angry about the disappearance of all these young women.
Well, anytime that number of girls goes missing under those circumstances is a tragedy.
I think that our government should do more. And I also think that Nigerians can do more. We can watch, be observant. That's what happens in the Western country. Everybody is observant.
They know where they are. I don't buy what they're saying. And they have access to intelligence to find out where they are. You see, I don't book excuses.
Right.
Because we're always doing that in our country.
There is an absence of accountability, and that the leadership is very reticent because they don't really know what to do about this. I think it has to do with the nature of the state at this time. I think it's a failed state.
Number one, they should find out who finances them. If you cut off the line of finance, you will cripple them. And if you find out those who are responsible for this, it will cripple them. Number two, I'm an optimist. I believe that we'll get over this. We've had the Maite Sine riot before. We've had many, what do you call that, sects? We've got many sects. I know that we will survive this one. But we need more intelligence. And the government and NGOs can do that. And I think that's what they should do. I think the women of Nigeria should stand up for this. And if they do, they will crack it.
I think, though, maybe part of the greater tragedy is that those people who should be making a lot of noise and bringing this to the attention of the world are not really resourced to do that kind of thing. So I think that the silence surrounding the disappearance of those young women is it's a symptom of a bigger problem that is affecting the continent, in that we really do not have the space and the resources to make the kinds of noises and activities around negative situations as we should have.
The senior fellow at the Council on Foreign Relations, John Campbell, who was also the U.S. ambassador to Nigeria between 2004 and 2007, gave us an insight on the subject before a decision to help Nigeria in the recovery efforts to find the missing girls was announced by the United States.
First of all, it is appalling. It's frightful. It's hard to imagine anything more horrible. We, the general public, have no idea where they are. There's lots of speculation about it, but there has been no hard evidence presented. The logistics of caring for more than 200 young women means that there has to be something that's there, but what that there is, we have no idea. At least I have no idea.
There's been a lot of talk about a missing plane with almost the same number of people, and so many international countries have come together combing the oceans looking for 200 and something passengers. Why do you think the international community has been silent about the missing 230-something children in Nigeria?
That's an extremely good question. I don't know. I don't know why there have not been repeated statements out of my own government about it. I simply don't know.
So if you were ambassador operating out of Nigeria, when a crisis like that happens, what would you have done?
I have no intention of second-guessing our ambassador who's presently in Nigeria. It's impossible for me to say what I would have done.
The Malaysian plane, maybe because it had a group of international people. So you have Malaysians, you have those from Asia, but you have those from Europe and a few from the US. But also, I think Africa is often regulated to a lower status when you look at the media, particularly not only global media, but definitely in the United States. Africa gets very little coverage. It gets more coverage within the continent, but also in Europe and other parts of the world. So I think there are these larger issues of media representation of Africa and how people view Africa's connections to politics and other things globally.
Lieutenant, I know that...
Let me arrange. I'm traveling 2 hours now and one driver. Please, let's arrange some other time.
Okay, just one question.
Coming to New York. I'll be coming to New York.
All right, but just one question. We know that you were...
I'll be coming to New York.
You were the chief lieutenant in the Nigerian army. Just one question. Lieutenant, is there anything that you regret during your tenure as the head of the military that you could have done? Lieutenant, is there anything that you regret?
No, please, I'm coming to New York. This is
we'll schedule an interview. Tell Sowore that let's do a studio interview.
Okay, can I have your card or something so that we'll make sure?
Email me and I'll email you back. I don't know you. I know everybody in Sahara. Say hi to Sowore and we can schedule a studio interview.
I am Fungai Maborek of SaharaTV.